Oh, did he see him?
Magic left side to Kareem, slam dunk.
Magic Johnson backing up Marley. Patented right-handed Michael Thompson.
Magic wants him out of there so he can isolate against Horn.
Johnson with the rebound, takes it away from Hornacek. Magic again. He says, I'll try for a third time, and he gets it.
Oh, he missed the layup.
Magic spin move on Marley to the hoop. I thought he was going to dribble down the other end.
Move. Harris so afraid of the sky hook, he challenges him for it, and a nice roll move by Jabbar.
And Kareem with the sky hook.
Chicago found Kareem Abdul-Jabbar virtually unstoppable.
Can't get you out of my mind, no. Said I think about you all of the time, yeah. Been imagining you all in my bed, whoa. Hey, cause you been running round in my head, yeah. Hey, I can't get you out of my mind, no.
Yo, what's going on, guys, man? It's your boy Dignified TW, and we are back with another video. Now, guys, I know a lot has been going on the past 24 hours. We will talk about a little bit of the NBA 2K20 news, but first, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, guys. We are so close to 60,000 subscribers, which is actually insane, man. So if you're new, like I said, like the video, subscribe, because we are going crazy on NBA 2K20. But today, guys, as you can see, we've got Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, usually in these type of videos, I try to get both of them together, so just more entertaining from that aspect. But however, guys, you'll see in one of these gameplays where I try to do it, it was near impossible to find a post scorer that knew what they were doing, knew actual post moves, could do sky hooks, when to do them, all that kind of stuff. And I've got this Magic Johnson build, the 6'9", post scoring point forward. So I had to play both of them for you guys. Hopefully you do enjoy. I do think the gameplays are actually really good and entertaining. You can see this first gameplay right here. I'm on Magic Johnson. I know he's not 42. I know James Worthy is 42. I couldn't get 32. So I just went ahead and did 42, whatever. You guys got to catch the drift, all right? So look, we're up 12-5. And this build is like a perfect representation of Magic Johnson. Now, I know I've done a few videos. You guys can see, hold that green right here. This build is a ton of fun. It's being at 6'9". You can only speed boost when you have takeover or you're really close to takeover and you have a few assists and all that kind of stuff like that. But once you get takeover, guys, you'll see, and you've seen it in a little bit of the clips beforehand, this build is honestly a demigod. You get so many blow-bys with playmaking takeover. If they just sit in the paint, which you guys will see a little bit right here, all you got to do is go down there, give them a drop step or a fadeaway. Like you can see this guy right here. This is actually a really clean little move. For some reason, it puts me in a post-up animation. We're still able to get the standing dunk, which is actually really nice with a 6'9" build. But guys, like I said, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, easily, in my opinion, the best duo in NBA history. Now, Magic Johnson, he was a little bit younger during this time, and Kareem, of course, was more, experienced, I would say, and he was definitely older. You can see another green right there. They just played super well off of each other. Magic Johnson, not a great, much of a shooter. He can still shoot the rock a little bit, but Kareem, you can see the older version with the goggles right here. Kareem was still knocking down hook shots. His post game was still amazing. And that's what was one of the most entertaining parts about Kareem, in my opinion, when I go back and watch highlights and watch how dominant he was for so long. Having moves like that, like the sky hook and dominant post moves and animations like you can see right here, it's going to prolong your career, and Kareem did a fantastic job doing that, and he definitely helped Magic Johnson, come into a player that he is today. And, they won a couple rings, or a few rings together, so it definitely was a deadly combination. You can see throwing it down right there. But I've got two gameplays right here of the post score. We got two gameplays of the point forward. This will probably be the last NBA players video that I do on NBA 2K19, which is honestly crazy to say. So guys, if you want me to make certain archetypes next year, leave them down below in the comment section. I do think I'll be making around 3 or 4 archetypes going into next year. I will be making a post score. You guys know the demo drops, I believe, on Wednesday, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel with notifications on, because I will be streaming myself making the post score, because if you guys don't know, it's going to be insane. I'm going to be talking through everything with you guys. I do believe I did that last year in the beginning of 2K19 on the demo. We talked a lot about badges and archetypes and builds, but this year it's a whole new ball game. I know you guys have seen the news on Twitter. If you haven't, just search up the hashtag NBA 2K20 and look at the news from all the people at the community today. It's just a ton of news that you guys are going to want to see, and it's definitely going to play a big impact on how you make your archetypes, not just post scores, but how you make all your builds in general. But you can see right here, we had to do a few of the Kareem skyhooks. The skyhook was actually pretty fun to do. Like I mentioned in my last video, if you guys missed it, I went over every single post scoring thing that has been addressed so far in NBA 2K20, which I do think a lot of my fan base is still revolved a little bit around post scoring. So if you guys do miss that and you did miss it, make sure you go check it out. Like I said, I just uploaded it yesterday, but you can see right here, man, we're only doing post animations that are in the game. I mentioned in my last video, I believe post scoring speed boosting will not be returning, so a lot of people are going to be out of luck if they don't know how to do these sort of post move animations. But you can see this is the second gameplay I was talking about when I was trying to do the Kareem and Magic, and this, just right off this first play, I knew for a fact I had to do Kareem and Magic, man. Like, that's what I was dealing with the whole entire time. This man had no clue how to do post moves, man. On a 99 post score, I thought he had it with him, but he did not know what he's doing. So at this point, I was like, dude, just give me the ball and go to the corner, man. I'll tell you when to cut if you have to, all that kind of stuff like that. So you can see a little bit of finesse spin move from Magic right there, going towards the baseline. And that was the thing with Magic Johnson, guys. He was a huge point guard, 6'9", he's, you know, a little LeBron body type. Ran point guard, ran in transition. He was able to dunk. He's able to, you know, go into the post on the guards or even some of the small forwards that were trying to guard him. And he was just able to kind of facilitate from the post, and he was able to dominate in the post. I know a lot of people remember Kareem as having a nice right-handed skyhook, but go watch some of the highlights of Magic Johnson, man. He had actually a very nasty, consistent skyhook. You can see right here missing that fadeaway. Usually green at top of the key. You know, this build is not a great shooter. Magic Johnson didn't shoot the best, but you can see going with the Euro dunk, which I hope does return in NBA 2K20. And we're making that little post hop shot backwards, making that as well, man. I really do think I'll be making this build next year, or some sort of build like this that has post scoring and maybe like a shot creating or a playmaking type in it, because it is a lot of fun. You can see, again, we're going to the post. Like I mentioned, if they just play you back, go into the post, give them a nice drop step, make them come out a little bit and guard you. And you can even get ankle breakers when you've got the playmaking takeover. 14-4. I was going to give him another chance at the end of the game, but at this point, I was just like, man, he's got to go corner because you have no clue what you're doing. I don't know what kind of animations were on this guy, but look at that pass, man. Nice little wraparound pass. That's literally like what Magic Johnson would do. And look at that, another flashy pass. Back and forth, man. This build was a lot of fun. This build is like a demigod, to be honest with you. And like I said, I was going to let him in it since he had his takeover. Goes for the fade. I told him to do a post hook. Like I said, man, he had no idea what he was doing. So this is going to be the last game with Kareem. You can see we're going against a lockdown defender and the rim protector. I was hoping the lockdown would switch on to me. But right off the gates, you already know, man, I'm comfortable in the post. I don't really care who's guarding me at this point. And we've got the pure rim protector Elite 3 on me, hitting him with the fade. And I did fail to mention that, guys. I am using Kareem's fade. The hook, I believe, is hook 4. And I'm using his post hop shot. You guys know a majority of these guys use hook or post hop shot 3, which is not my favorite in my opinion. But we're tied up at 4 again. Like I said, they got the rim protector on me. It's got to score maybe 1 or 2 more times. I get takeover, and hopefully we can knock out some of these post hooks again, because that's the main objective. I want to get a lot of post hooks. You can see the post hop shot, not very good. Tell Lynn to cut from the corner. He's going to be able to cut and throw it down again. You can see a nice little size up from the post scorer. And I do believe that's going to be a very beneficial move. You can see the nice little spin dunk. Kareem still got it in him. But this is going to be a very good move for you guys next year as well. I do believe the quick spins and cancels will still be back in the game. Like I mentioned in my last video, that will be back in the game. But I do not believe the speed boosting will be back. From what I've seen on Twitter, I do not think the speed boosting will be back. It might be in the demo, but it will not be in the final product of the game. You can see we're up 10-4. The pure rim protector on me the whole time, shooting 100%, man. He's got no idea how to guard me. You can see some of these animations are working, but he gives me enough room to where I'm actually able to get a nice sky hook off right there, knocking it down, shooting 100% on a rim protector and a lockdown on the floor, man. Look, we're just going dominating work. You can see I'm pushing him all the way inside of the paint, giving him a drop step. Nice little baby hook right there again. My post scorer is unstoppable. You can see I've got no cuts here for you. I'm just dominating right here like Kareem was, man. And that's, like I said, that was the beautiful thing about watching Kareem, watching his highlights, and looking at the stat lines that he had year in and year out. Maybe some of these times during the Lakers, he didn't play as much, but when he did, man, he was giving you meaningful buckets. He was dominating at such like an old age. I believe he was like 38 when they first played with Magic, man. And he was still able to go to work, dominate, win championships. And that's when you know a good player is unstoppable, when they can play that late into their career and still dominate all the older guys, just like these guys were doing right here. Another baby hook, skyhook actually from the free throw line, knocking that down. A little skyhook badge might be back in 2K20. You know, like I said, go watch that video. I mentioned all the badges that post scorers are going to want to know. But watch this right here, man. I really, really hope that is not going to be an NBA 2K20. I threw that in there. I know it was a terrible shot. I wanted to throw that in there. Hopefully, stuff like that will not be returning. Well, this is going to be the last play of the game right here, guys. If you did enjoy this video, like I said, make sure you leave a like. Go check out one of these other videos that are popping up on the screen right here again. But I've been Dignifying them out, guys. Peace.